Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. This video will be a response. I happened to come across a clip from the Majority Report with Sam Cedar and Emma Vigeland. Sam Cedar's not in this clip, in fact, but, you know, it's Emma Vigeland and Nomiki Konst, I believe. Yeah, it is Nomiki. And, before I get started with that, though, I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. New Year's next Saturday. Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Festus, excuse me, whatever you celebrate. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. I ate too much and I ended up making myself sick, but I feel better now. I'm ready to go with more videos and stuff. Yes, I'm having what's called coquito, which is delicious. I mean, I can't get enough of this stuff. So good. And yeah, let's get down to the video. This is gonna be Emma Vigeland, Nomiki Konst, and a disembodied voice who keeps yapping away in this video. And they're gonna try to connect the Grayzone with some January 6th rioter. And what's classic example of guilt by association. So you'll see that, but I was looking at this, and it turns out that before we get to the video, that Nomiki Konst follows me on Twitter. Oops, why did this reload like that? Give me a minute. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but some technical difficulties here. Here we go. I don't know why it just reloaded on me like that. But as you can see, I'm not sure you can see that or not. Hold on. Let me make this a little bigger. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, there. I think you see it now. She followed me on Twitter. I don't know why. I don't know when she started following me on Twitter. But, yeah, she followed me on Twitter. Yeah, she follows me on Twitter. So that's very interesting to see. I have no reason why. I follow her on Twitter because I followed her years ago. And I never got around to unfollowing her. I usually don't unfollow people. They either unblock me or unfollow me or whatever, you know. So usually they block me, and that's how I unfollow people. And after she sees this video, she may block me if she ever sees this video. I don't know. But let's try playing some of this, and I'll stop it and give you my thoughts throughout. So let's do this.
This is, I guess, a screenshot from the testimony of one of the Capitol rioters, insurrectionists.
Insurrectionists. Jesus Christ, these people don't even try anymore. It's like, insurrectionists. No, they're not insurrectionists. Do you care to prove it, or are you just gonna keep saying that because it's convenient towards your narrative? I'm gonna go with the second one there. Let's keep going with this.
He was sentenced, Devlin Thompson, I believe he was sentenced,
What was Devlin?
Yeah, not great. But this is the tweet below. If at some point, Bradley, you can look up what he was sentenced to. These are the things that he says that he listens to. Prior to the incident, how many hours a week would you say you spent researching political websites? The answer, 15 to 20 hours per week. Does that include the podcasts I listen to? Including podcasts, probably 30 to 40 hours per week. I was thirsty for news that wasn't being censored. I listened to...
This is the part where, for no reason, Emma Vigeland brings up Jimmy Dore and his wife, Steph. It's just coming up here in this part, so let's see.
Tim Pool, disaffected liberal, which I tried to look up. It might... is that... I don't know. Is that an actual podcast? Is that Miserable Liberal?
Yeah, that sounds... That's what my guess would be.
What, that's Jimmy's wife, right?
But I don't know.
See, for no reason, she brings up Jimmy Dore's wife, like, disaffected liberal. Is that Jimmy Dore's wife, Steph? No, it's miserable liberal. I don't know who disaffected liberal is. I kind of went looking for him too, or she, and I couldn't find anything on her. So I'm assuming that's connected to Tim Pool somehow. I could be wrong on that. I don't know who disaffected liberal is, but for no reason, Emma Vigeland desperately trying to attack Jimmy Dore and bring up Jimmy Dore and his wife. For no apparent reason. Just embarrassing. Oops. Did I fuck up? No, I didn't. Okay. Just, yeah.
I've never heard that's her name, right? Does she have her own show?
I don't know if she has her own show. So
No, it's
people can
Miserable
write in and
Liberal.
let me know what they think.
But that's Tiffany branding either way.
Right. Dave Rubin. I met Dave Rubin when he was on tour. I was reading Pundit's Gateway, which it seems like he means the Gateway Pundit.
Yeah.
The Federalist, Zero Hedge, which is a libertarian far-right website, and Grayzone.
Grayzone, look at that.
I was reading them for balance.
There's no Miki.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's no Miki yelling out, "Oh, Grayzone!" Like, this is guilt by... This is the classic definition of guilt by association. That's what they're trying to do here. And it's pathetic and embarrassing.
Okay. I don't know, like, how he defines balance. Is it just like putting another cinder block on the other side of the weight?
This is like I think
The seesaw?
I think the next sentence is describing Grayzone. I was reading them for balance compared to the other right-wing stuff he was doing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's like I mean, I wonder what Grayzone has to say about this.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I think they love it.
Yeah, so to Nomi's point about them just needing a sliver of a certain audience, like, these are people who are, in some ways, maybe have proclivities that could go down like a fascist right-wing way, but they could go other ways too. They're a bit... Oh, he got 46 months, Bradley says, in prison. Just shy of 4 years. So, I mean, these are the outlets that they're consuming, and the Grayzone is in tandem with, you know, the Federalist, the Gateway Pundit. I mean, that's Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, who also, like, attempted to bring over people from the left by being the last liberal. Maybe that's what he was referring to as the miserable.
Oh, come on. I have okay.
Or whatever he called it, disaffected.
I have the ad blocker here, but it's still popping. It's still, you know, it still tries to go to the ads, so...
It just hates censoring people, but they will like to suggest that Noam Chomsky's lost his mind because he's vaccine mandates, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. Why are you bringing up Noam Chomsky? And, yeah, they suggest... I don't even understand why they brought him up. You see, this is the part where they randomly bring things up, and they have grievances with Max Blumenthal for him attacking Noam Chomsky. Like, who cares? I mean, this whole segment is like guilt by association and attacking Blumenthal. And they also bring up Glenn Greenwald later for some reason, for reasons I can't really explain why, but...
This is a propaganda pipeline. Can we just talk about what it is? It's not that everyone is going to be conservative or progressive. I mean, it's a pipeline. They find something. It's like you start at, you know, somebody that I don't want to even name names or give some of these people attention, but they all have each other on, and then they are introduced.
Just say Jimmy Dore. I mean, Emma Vigeland brought him up. I mean, that's who I assume she's talking about there. I don't want to promote them. It's like Jimmy gets more views than you in the Majority Report anyway, so why are you at like it's gonna get people to watch Jimmy Dore or whatever she's talking about. I'm assuming it's Jimmy Dore.
To them, and then they go to that show, and that show they say something really interesting on that show, and then it is a pipeline, and you know, and part of their utility, some of these people, some is to bring in new people and introduce them to more conservatives. It's like I think the Grayzone in particular is there to basically character assassinate anybody who would stand in the way of their reason.
Do you have any evidence the Grayzone character assassinates people? Who in the Grayzone character assassinates anyone? I mean, I would love to see that evidence if it happened. I'm open-minded. I'm not actively defending the Grayzone, but they do some good journalism. But if you have any evidence, please show it. So far, there's no evidence of that. So, this is just an obvious smear there.
Throwing out things like, you know, you're in the CIA, you know, Noam Chomsky. I think they said that about Noam Chomsky too. You know, whether it's Anna, there's this whole crazy video about Anna Bendix and myself being part of like the deep state, and it's absolutely bonkers. But they legitimize themselves by doing other stuff. It seems like, oh, no one's in this.
Interesting she brought that up because Nomiki here herself is she works for NATO, I mean, even though in fact, there's a tweet, it's an old tweet of hers from 2015, where she said, when I was in Libya working with organizers, they were all so grateful that NATO intervened, helping their revolution from Gaddafi. Hashtag them debates. It must have been during the primaries. It says December 19, 2015. So yes, during the debate. It's a primary debate in 2015. So she worked for NATO. I mean, she admits it. So, whoops. I don't know what the hell happened there. Go back. Who cares about that? And Anna Kasparian literally worked for, she went to Munich for the Munich Security Conference. And, I wanted to read this. This was, I thought, funny. Let me see you guys. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. You can barely see that. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Wanted to read Anna Kasparian's statement when she did the Munich Security Conference. I thought it was pretty funny. As a millennial who cares deeply about geopolitical issues. No, you don't. You give zero fucks about geopolitical issues. I mean, I've never seen her, I've barely seen her cover foreign policy. And she's been in the Young Turks for many, many years. So, this idea that she cares about geopolitical issues is just bullshit. Just bullshitting. I understand the importance of open dialogue with international leaders. She sounds like a NATO shill. I know my peers also feel passionately about this, as I do. Whether discussing security, energy, culture, technology, society, younger generations want to take part in shaping the conversation and policy outcomes. Our voices need to be heard. With #YourMSC, we can connect and influence decision makers regardless of ethnicity or socioeconomic status. So as your stand, I thought it was hilarious. He said that she cares about geopolitical issues. She doesn't. But yeah, I don't know about Ben Dixon. I really don't. I don't care about Ben Dixon that much. I didn't bother looking into him. But definitely Nomiki here and Anna Kasparian work for, or at least work for NATO. To be fair, I think she might have been paid by Google, not really by NATO, but she still shilled for NATO in that conference. So let's keep going.
Country doing this work, and then when you talk to actual reporters on the ground there, they're like, these guys are wreaking havoc, getting the story wrong, not real reporters, and also where is their money coming from, because you know how hard it is to run an international news outlet. Like, I really want to understand how the Grayzone is more to do this than, say, like a major news publication like the Washington Post, for instance.
Well, I mean,
what did she say? I missed that.
I want to understand how the Grayzone is more equipped to do this than, say, like a major news publication like the Washington Post, for instance.
Wait. Nomiki, you know better. The Washington Post is never going to do any of the reporting that the Grayzone does. They're not going to. So this whole thing about, why are they more prepared to do it than the Washington Post? Because the Washington Post doesn't do that fucking reporting. They wouldn't dare do even a tenth of the reporting that Grayzone does. So what are you talking about, woman?
Well, I mean, I think just straightforwardly, a lot of the money comes from venture capitalists.
Yeah.
That's a big part of all this group of...
Wait, what? Wait, where's your evidence for that? The Grayzone is funded by venture capitalists? Is that what he said? Hey, disembodied voice, where's the evidence for that? You have no evidence for that. You can't just say that stuff. Alright, let's keep going.
Folks that, they're not anywhere connected to the CIA while they make deals with Peter Thiel and those sorts of folks.
Right, and something like Washington Post, they're not above reproach. Like, they're able to be, you can criticize coverage 100%. I mean, someone just wrote in yesterday and asked, how can I talk to my mom about, like, some of the New York Times' biases? And I brought up a litany of examples of, like, how wrong they got the Iraq War and how they did have sources in, like, the intelligence community. Yeah, Judith Miller, like, how they did have sources in the intelligence community that were feeding them garbage. But you have to take these things on, like, on an individual case-by-case basis, and, like, just basically being the point really being is...
Try spitting it out, Emma. She sounds like Elmer Fudd.
This is a propaganda effort, as Nomi said, in a pipeline. This is right.
Also, in addition to venture capital money, a lot of these people are really have a lot of crypto earnings and holdings, and I would just wonder, if they can be honest and say, like, that's why they don't ever criticize that stuff.
It's interesting too. I saw a Wall Street Journal headline: the top 0.01% of crypto holders own 27% of the crypto money. Sounds like a real democratizing effort there.
Yeah.
And there's
I have no clue what they're talking about here. I don't know why this got brought up at all in this video, in this context. They lost me. It's like they went off another conspiracy theory about cryptocurrency. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't really give a shit. But that was just random there.
the majority. There's a white supremacy angle to. I don't know what the statistic is. If you guys can look that up, but like the story that came out last week, or someone who's these things so fast. Sorry.
But it's nice for people with famous debt.
Another ad. Come on, hurry up. I mean, I had the ad blocker on for a reason.
Famous dads to commodify free speech for venture capitalists. So thanks for those guys for doing that. I really appreciate it.
And he has the nerve to talk about other people's
all those
parents.
guys.
Now they're bringing up Sidney Blumenthal, and this is the same. I feel like I watched this video with the Young Turks like 3 weeks ago when they did the same thing. This is ridiculous. This is pathetic.
Fun.
And I would just ask, another, while I'm doing spicy, when these people were going at Noam Chomsky, you know who was very silent despite liking to traffic in Noam Chomsky's name all the time? Glenn Greenwald didn't say shit about that.
I don't know what Glenn Greenwald has to do with this. I mean, this is really like Tourette's and just randomly throwing in like names and stuff. Glenn Greenwald, Jimmy Dore, fuck, shit, god damn it, everything, fuck. It feels like Tourette's here in this part. They keep randomly bringing people up, nothing to do with this.
So go ahead. Maybe you should have that discussion, Glenn, with Noam, because I thought that was
love to see that.
the way that those people going at Noam, and the way that particularly in Portuguese, Glenn likes to make use of Noam's name as the lineage of civil libertarianism. Bullshit, absolutely bullshit.
We are not going to have enough time for
Disembodied voice is mad. The disembodied voice there is pissed off for no reason at all because Glenn Greenwald had nothing to do with this story.
calls today, but I'm glad I remembered to bring up the that tweet actually.
Can I say one more thing on that? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
This is important. I'm really concerned, and we're having him on the show, I believe, on Wednesday.
Oh, well, the rest of this really doesn't matter much. I'm bored. Anyways, the bottom, this is ridiculous. I mean, they presented no evidence. They got nothing. It's just, smear on Grayzone, claim that they're funded by venture capitalists with no evidence. Excuse me, and claim that I lost most of it. They brought up Glenn Greenwald, they brought up Noam Chomsky, they brought up January 6th for some reason and called an insurrectionist with no evidence again. It's just embarrassing. This 10-minute video, 9-minute video, it's just straight up embarrassing. This is the first time I ever even responded to a Majority Report video, and the reason why I did, because Glenn Greenwald, what's his face? Sam Cedar wasn't here. Sam Cedar is so boring. So is Emma Vigeland. There's not an ounce of charisma between these two people. I have more charisma on my pinky than they do combined. I mean, Sam Cedar sucks the life out of me. I can't watch a Majority Report video without just feeling tired as fuck. He sucks the life out of me. It's like, I'm like this. Fuck, man, I don't want to watch this shit no more. I mean, I can't even get through a 10-minute video if he's on it. Him and Emma Vigeland is like, they drain me. Like, kind of like the Giants, if you were a Giants fan, they're a horrible team. I mean, just watching them today just drained me. It's like, when are you gonna fuck up again, So, yeah, that's what I feel like when I watch a Majority Report video. Well, my laptop battery is literally dead, almost dead, so I have to leave off here. All these links will be in the description box below for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video, which will probably come out Tuesday or something, because this video won't be uploaded until the afternoon at some point tomorrow, because I have to go to sleep now. So I hope you guys enjoyed my response to this video. I already said that, but I'm saying it again. So I hope everybody has a great evening, hope you enjoy your day, and I'm rambling now, so I have to go. Bye.